So Daredevil, the only remotely redeeming thing from She-Hulk, I know there was actually something remotely redeeming about that show. And I feel like the only reason why they even had to drag him in the first place was to try to get more people to watch because, hey, they needed something cool, right? Well, now they are scrapping Daredevil completely because Disney Marvel in general is a mess. Just a downright mess. So here we have coming to us from Bounding Into Comics. They said, report Marvel scrapping Daredevil Born Again Disney Plus series. Plan significant creative reboot of the series. Who knows? This might be a better thing because, yeah. Everything has been such a mess. If they would take such a cool character like him and then just ruin him, yeah, they got to do something here. All right, so a new report claims that Marvel Studios is completely scrapping their upcoming Daredevil Born Again series for Disney Plus after they had already filmed nearly half of its first season's episodes. I just find it odd that they've went that far. It took that far. They already saw the script. They already saw everything. And they're like, oh, wait a minute. We've already filmed half of it. Now we want to scrap it. Okay. The Hollywood Reporter's Bori Kit claims that Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios executives are scrapping their Daredevil Born Again series after reviewing nearly half of the 18-episode show's footage while the series production was paused due to the Writers Guild of America strike that began back in July, but was recently resolved and ended. Okay. You know, I still think we would have been better off without those writers. But alas. All right, so according to Kit, Marvel Studios canned writers Chris Ord and Matt Corman, as well as the show's planned directors, as they plan a significant creative reboot of the series. This probably is a good thing, but knowing Disney's Marvel, whatever's coming next probably isn't going to be great either. However, while they have been removed as the series head writers, they are still part of this new show as executive producers. It's likely a similar case to Doctor Strange director Scott Derrickson getting an executive producer role after stepping away from Doctor Strange and the Multiverse due to creative differences. And don't even get me started on Multiverse of Madness. Like, the first Doctor Strange movie was one of my favorite Disney Marvel. Was that before Disney or one of my favorite MCU films, right? So I was really, really at one point excited to see what Multiverse of Madness was going to be, and that was a giant trash fire. So Kit would also provide details on the now scrapped vision for the show, detailing sources say that Corman and Ord crafted a legal procedural that did not resemble the Netflix version, known for its action and violence. Cox didn't even show up in costume until the 4th episode. Oh, okay, wow. We already know what we saw out of She-Hulk, for example, as well. They did not do anything right with that. They didn't do the court stuff well, and they also didn't do the action stuff well. So if this had all this court stuff in it and they wanted to make this into a court drama, I wouldn't have a lot of faith in it. However, while he reports that the show is undergoing a significant creative reboot of the series, he also claims that Marvel plans to keep some scenes and episodes, though other serialized elements will be injected. Okay. The report comes just weeks after details about the Daredevil Born Again series were uncovered on the U.S. Copyright Office public records system by ex-user Scarlet Witch Updates. Oh, the internet sleuths. Okay. Those details provided an official description for the show's first episode. Marvel Studios presents Daredevil, in which longtime rivals Matt Murdock, Charlie Cox, and Wilson Fisk, Vincent Diano Frio try to leave behind their darker alter egos to serve the people of New York, only to have their past catch up to them. In the first episode of the series, we are reintroduced to the world of Daredevil. Yeah, I don't like the whole, okay, leave behind the dark alter egos. I want to see the dark alter egos. That's what I want to see. Along with this description, it also revealed a casting list that confirmed John Bernthal's return as Frank Castle, aka Punisher. Oh gosh. And you know the Punisher is everything that woke Hollywood hates. So that would be a nightmare. Other actors and their respective characters include Margarita Leviva as Heather Glynn, Michael Gandolfini as Daniel Blade, Sandrine Holt as Vanessa Fisk, Nikki M. James as Kirsten McDuffie, Ganea Walton as BB Urich, Clark Johnson as Cherry, Artie Frusciante as Buck Cashman, and Sabrina Guevara as Sheila Rivera. I don't know any of these actors. I don't know a single one of them. Okay, so the casting descriptions confirmed a rumor that surfaced back in April from Can We Get Some Toast that Nikki M. James would be playing a race-replaced Kirsten McDuffie. Of course. Because of course, the Scoopers shared on Twitter, sources from the set of Daredevil Born Again have confirmed with me that Nikki James is playing Kirsten McDuffie. And as you can see here, these are slight differences in the character. I don't know why they're doing this. Don't know why there's constantly the race swaps. And then even on top of that, race swap with someone who just doesn't capture the essence of the character on top of all that. Mark Waid and Paulo Rivera created McDuffie back in 2011 as a new assistant DA. She believed Matt Murdock was Daredevil and even aided him in carrying out his vigilante work. The two eventually became romantically involved. This casting list also appears to confirm that Deborah Ann Wall and Eldon Henson will not be returning to reprise their roles as Karen Page and Foggy Nelson. The Hollywood Reporter previously claimed they would not be returning, noting in March, other actors from the Netflix Daredevil series are not expected to return. Deborah Ann Wall and Eldon Henson, who played classic supporting characters, Karen Page and Foggy Nelson, respectively, are not on the roll call for the Marvel series. Their claim in the same report from March that Bernthal would be reprising his role as Frank Castle is confirmed. Okay, so the casting list also appears to have passed the baton from Ben Urich to a female character named BB Urich, played by Janea Walton. Of course, they got to do that. They've got to, okay, let's pass the helm from this male character to a female character. Yeah, it's all so tiring. Urich was previously race swapped in Netflix's Daredevil Season 1 when he was portrayed by Vondi Curtis Hall. It appears they might continue with the race swapping of the Urichs, but have given the role to a daughter or other female relative. And I guarantee you she's going to be better in every way because that's how Marvel does things. Yeah. Finally, the filing also reveals the show is not expected to debut on Disney Plus until 2025, after previously expecting to arrive in December 2023. That's quite the gap there. They got a lot of work to do. The ongoing SAG-AFTRA strike likely has a lot to do with the series delay. All right, so there you have it. That's what's going on right now. I'm curious to know what really big Daredevil fans have to say about it. But to me, this sounds like it was a complete mess. Whatever they're working on will probably also be a complete mess. But I don't know. I'd bet that all this court drama stuff was just not it. Just wasn't a landing. So Marvel's just been in shambles lately. The DCU EU has as well. it's just a mess for comic book properties right now. And it's not due to the fact that I know a lot of people are saying, oh, people have comic book hero fatigue. I don't even think that's the case. I just think that they've been doing a bad job, and they've been injecting a lot of woke politics into everything they're making. And all these race swaps, gender swaps, all that is just makes it all the more worse. So this is where we're at. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Don't forget to read your Bibles today. And if you want to hear me read the Bible to you, you can do that on my Bible channel, Bible Time with Melanie Mack. Thanks again for watching. I'll catch you next time. And in the meantime, go boom.